Hey guys, what's up? I'm here to bring you guys an addendum because I have been getting a lot of dislikes on my Fate Stay Night video, which is fine. You guys have your own opinion. You are able to voice that opinion however which way you want, whether it's a thumbs down or a comment. It's your prerogative, basically. So I have no problem with people giving me a dislike on my video. I want to get that out of the way first. I respect people's opinions and certainly their right to like or dislike my video. But I do believe that I do need to clarify better because maybe I didn't clarify as well as I should have. And I think that was clear based on how the conversations in the comment section went, where we were able to come to somewhat of an understanding in the comment section. Um, However, I do feel like I need to make this a video for those of you who don't read comments, and maybe, I don't know, maybe just need more of a auditory uh, review or something like that. So, let's talk about this Gilgamesh thing again. Now, what I may not have been as clear in my initial review as I was in my other review. I had to keep it under 15 minutes. I didn't want to ramble too much, but I'm willing to go into more detail. So, the fact that unlimited budget works, or unlimited blade works, was able to counteract the gates of Babylon. I don't have a problem with that inherently, because it is a reality marble, etc., etc. It needed a large amount of mana to consume. They had to do that whole dolphin scene, or in the VN, the sex scene, whatever. But what I do have an issue with is the way that Unlimited Blade Works was ultimately portrayed. What do I mean by that? Let's go back to the Archer fight. Shiro versus Shiro, or should I say red-haired Shiro versus white-haired Shiro. Okay? When Archer used Unlimited Blade Works, first off, he used Ingrish, which we didn't get out of Sasuke Shiro. I am the bone of my sword. I wanted to at least hear Sasuke's voice actor say it. I don't know. But anyway, when he used Unlimited Blade Works, there was absolutely zero purpose for doing so. Zero purpose. Why? He did during Unlimited Blade Works, he used exactly the same stuff that he could use outside the reality marble. At best, at best we can assume maybe he created slightly more weapons at a single time than he could outside the reality marble. But we're not talking about a couple more weapons. We're talking about a reality marble that literally gives him unlimited blades, hence the name, or unlimited budgets, however you want to perceive that, right? Um, where when Shiro used it against Gilgamesh, all of a sudden he's using the swords in the environment to counteract the gates of Babylon. Hence, why he was able to counteract it, because they're already created. There are infinite blades that are already made. He doesn't have to trace them. Granted, he did trace them once. He traced the Gilgamesh's blades once, but he didn't have to. All he had to do was use the resources that were right there in front of him. In the case of Shiro versus Archer, Archer did nothing of the sort. He basically he fought Shiro as a swordsman, and at the very end he created weapons to shoot at Shiro. He didn't use what was on the ground right in front of him. Okay? There's the scene at this point I should be cutting to the scene. This scene where Shiro is literally haphazardly running through this frickin' battlefield where swords are all around him. Archer could have stabbed him in the back, the side, wherever. But he chooses not to. Why? Because. So that's my first point, is that when Archer fought Shiro, there was literally zero reason for using Unlimited Blade Works. So why did he use it? Well, shouldn't that be obvious? Because it was basically showing Shiro the power that he needed to use against Gilgamesh. Am I saying that's why Archer used it? No. That's why the author had him use it, because, he wanted Shiro to have a power that could be Gilgamesh. That's understandable. But why is that power not used against Shiro before he can use it? That's where things go wrong, because in order to have that power, why is it that he can't defeat it first? That's like the Mega Man effect, if you want to call it like that, where you defeat a boss and then you gain their power. In this case, Shiro is literally fighting himself. He learns a new power, but he's able to use it better than Archer? Why? Why is it that Archer, who knew the technique from Jump Street of being summoned, why can't he use it better than Shiro? The answer is he could, certainly could. The answer is he chose not to, because of or should I say, the author used the command seal so that he would not use his full power against Shiro, because otherwise Shiro would be dead. Even with Avalon, he would be dead because of those infinite blades, basically infinite sword attack. Soul Eater. So yeah, the author makes me think maybe the author is Kari Kotomine. With all those command seals, he could just force Archer to do something stupid, like not use the power that he just summoned that takes a shit ton of mana. So what was the point? He, instead of conserving his mana and just using what he was still doing, why does he not just use the full power? I think I've clearly gone over this. But now all of a sudden, Shiro fights Gilgamesh, and now he uses all these infinite blades. No problem there. It's called Unlimited Blade Works. That's how the power was designed to have. But the fact that it wasn't used against Shiro is what we call either plot-induced stupidity or character-induced stupidity. It's kind of both, if you think about it, because it was character-induced, where maybe Archer was just being stupid, but he wasn't stupid. He was pretty smart. And then, or just plot-induced, like, it just, I don't know. The plot just didn't call for it because we knew Shiro wouldn't die through the story, and so he couldn't use a power that would be strong enough to kill him, basically. And now some of you may say, well, Archer didn't want to kill Shiro. That's bullshit. That is absolutely bullshit. How many times did Archer try to kill Shiro in that series? Starting with the fight with Berserker. Okay? He tried to take down Berserker with Shiro. And in hindsight, we know that to be true. He literally tried to kill Shiro at Ryudo Temple. Or Ryuchi Temple. I forget what it's called. During the fight with Saber and Assassin after Archer fought Caster. He tried to kill Shiro right there and then. So, don't tell me that he didn't. He never tried to kill him. He was never wanted to kill him. That is absolute bullshit. I have seen that in certain comments on other videos. I just want to address that before anybody says that. And now here's one of the key things I want to point out. If you start a comment by saying, in the visual novel, stop right there. This is not the visual novel. This is the anime. It may be based on the visual novel, but it is not the visual novel entirely. It is based on it, which means in the anime canon, this is what happened, and this is how it happened. You can't explain the anime by saying in the visual novel. You can say it makes more sense in the visual novel because of this, this, and this, but you cannot say the anime makes more sense because of the visual novel. They're two different. Even though they're one is based off the other, they're in two separate canons. Do you understand that? For example, GT is an entirely different canon from Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. It's not canon to the original series, and Unlimited Blade Works is not canon to the visual novel. That's probably a bad comparison. Well, take Z, Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball the manga. Dragon Ball Z is not canon to the original manga, and the manga is obviously not canon to Z because, well, they have different contents basically, and their translations are different. The dialogue's different. There's a discrepancy there, and the same goes for the visual novel and the, what was it, 2010 Unlimited Blade Works anime. I never watched it, but I heard it wasn't that good except for certain scenes. And Unlimited Blade Works, the one we're watching now, they're separate canons, and so you can't say that one works for the other. It doesn't work like that. So anybody who might say anything about the visual novel, just stop right there. However, I will accept that if somebody can tell me that the visual novel had a better explanation for, or at least a better, I guess, no discrepancies between the power of Unlimited Blade Works with Archer and then Shiro, then I will accept that the visual novel's version of Gilgamesh's defeat works. However, what I am reviewing is not the visual novel. I am reviewing the anime. And the anime's version of Gilgamesh versus Shiro does not work because of our pre-existing fight of Archer versus Shiro. And prior to Archer versus Shiro versus Gilgamesh, Archer versus Shiro wasn't as bad. However, now, in light of newer events, this previous fight is now trash because now we find a power that Archer had but didn't use. And then because this is trash, this is also ruined. It's like these two fights go hand in hand and they basically ruin each other in light of this new event. And so at least in the anime's perspective, whether it was Ufotable, whether it was the visual novel, I don't know. But it's poor writing. And this is why. And I don't like it. I just don't like it. I'm sorry, guys, but I don't. So that's it. I think I pretty much explained it pretty clearly. Oh yeah, and again, Aya should have been used a lot sooner. As soon as he said you were strong, and like the fact that I have to go all out against you doesn't use Aya right away is mind-boggling to me. But that's it, guys. This has been a rant from myself and an addendum, really. So thanks, guys, for watching, and we'll see you guys for the finale of Unlimited Blade Works.